Hey everyone, we take a look at a different but more refreshing animal deck, one I felt needed a mention, and a close look from last year, part of my collection that I love. Publishing Blue Angel and author is Angela Hartfield. This is overall what the box looks like. Solid box to keep your cards safe with plenty of room overall in there. This is overall what it looks like. It has this beautiful, nice, oceanic feel to it. The deck is all about guidance and wisdom from the deep ocean. Feel free to pause and have a read at the back of the box. Overall, it's a very positive deck, beautiful color palette of cards, refreshing clarity from a different perspective. In the box, you get the massive sized deck and a guidebook. The guidebook itself is in black and white, a total page of 121 with plenty of information, which we will have a look at the end of the video. A total of 50 card deck, very colorful and on the very large size. I had my cards edged in blue to match the overall ocean theme, but originally these do come plain edge, so do keep that in mind. So this is what originally it looked like when I got it last year. These cards, again, like I said, is on the very large size. Here is an example against a good Toro deck. Gives you an idea as to how big they are. A closer look, and this is what the back will look like. Overall, it's this very nice matte finish. You got the design of the turtle heart in the center there. Very nice color palette, and this is what it will look like as an example inside of the card. Again, it's got this beautiful matte finish. It doesn't stick too much when shuffling. Overall, these are very nice cards to shuffle. They don't slip and they don't stick as much. It's just in between, so very nice. Stock-wise, I think it's excellent. Very solid card. These will definitely last you a very long time. The overall design, the thickness of it is, it's not too thin, it's not too thick, so it's just perfect. So just to give you a quick overview of what the cards will look like, at the top, pretty much the whole image of the creature that's on display takes up the whole entire card, and no sort of like borders as well. And underneath, pretty much on top of the image, you could see there you'll have sort of like the number of the card, the wording, and you get a small sort of affirmation statement of that card. So we're going to take a look at each of these cards close up. Let's take a look. Card number 1 is the turtle, resilience. It's about being like the turtle and taking your time. This isn't the time to rush or start looking into something new. It's pretty much asking you to be like the turtle. Patience is key here. The turtle will be the main theme. Dive into new depths. You've got a whale diving deep. That's an indication of you needing to make a deeper connection with yourself. So the message here is there is something important you need to hear and know. Don't always believe instantly in doing something without having a full awareness will help you through the various challenges that you may be going through. In the light of the moon, continues from card number 2. Once you've gone within and you have shine some light on what you've discovered, you're being asked here to seek out help and guidance. So the orcas represents healing, intuition, dreams, and emotions. Card number 4 is life is better together. So you have a group of pilot whales. The card advises you to seek help or be open to receiving help. How you could what you can do right now, or maybe what you need right now is some extra support. So don't isolate yourself in this current moment. We've got change direction with ease. The card speaks of instant change you may be going through right now or to be ready for. You need to remain flexible at this time so you can move in line with the change. Image of butterfly fishes that represent constant change, various different colors. So swift change is about to happen, to remain flexible. We've got looking at the underbelly. beautiful image and reflection of the light in this card. The card is about evaluating your time, making sure there is always constant progress. So, making sure you're making good use of your time. You can pause the video and kind of look at the general sort of like brief messages there is right there. Dancing in the Rainbow, beautiful card, full of energy, very, very positive. It's basically asking you to be positive, to make a commitment in bringing joy and happiness in your life, even if things are not, going all great and are tough. Invoke the spinner dolphin's energy, like illustrated here. So kind of like shift the way you're thinking and feeling. Keeping it in check, the card is advising you to pay attention to what is going on around you. Pay attention to your intuition, especially. So deep dive in there again. Everything deep diving is about your intuition, your feelings. So pay attention to your intuition at this moment as it's trying to kind of counsel you. Amble with contentment. Seahorses is reminding us to hold tight and kind of buy your time. If you find yourself being rushed into something or being overwhelmed with anything, and you could see one of the seahorse there kind of like grabbing on tightly, indication of, having patience. And our last card here is every step counts. This one is asking you to fully investigate how you feel about your current situation. It's telling you to basically take your time. Very beautiful color palette of this deck. And again, we're continuing the second set. Very, very nice. You get this powerful connection visually with this deck. Here, for example, you've got the white tip sharks, the expression of the image and how the wording matches. Persistent drive, you can see how the sharks are focused, not distracted by the other fishes around them. So there's a lot of forward momentum as well. The simple message here is don't get distracted by all of the negativity around you. Be like the shark. So you get a lot of that in this deck. It's not really complicated to work with or understand the image, the messages, and how it's kind of relaying that back to you. Replacing what was lost, the starfish, all bright and colorful, symbolism of abundance, regenerative energy, hidden blessings deep down the ocean floor. What it does is clearly shows you the same cycle of life taking place in the ocean. That's what this deck does. And the lessons and wisdom it demonstrates in how calmly things flow in a kind of therapeutic sort of manner, because the ocean, it's water, that sense of there's a lot of emotional depth to this deck. You see, you feel it in each of these images with the beautiful color palette there. That's very bright, it's subtle and different. It makes me appreciate the beauty in how a massive significance of the ocean and its inhabitants has. It's another world altogether, a world of healing, cleansing, transformation, movement, and releasing. For me, it's a deck that helps me connect with the ocean. Simply, that's what it is for me. And that is the reason that I got it. Primarily, I didn't pretty much set out to get it because of the image or anything like that. It was how I wanted to find a deck that would connect me to the ocean. And this is the deck that I came across. And it does that in vast amount of ways. You get to appreciate the inhabitants of the ocean, the beautiful energies of the dolphins. And in this card, I mean, again, I love the imagery of it. You see that positive energy in the faces, like here of the dolphins, the togetherness. It's just a different world, clearing the access. You can see what the stingray's doing deep down on the ocean floor, collecting debris. Message of this card is to clear the clutter around you. When you go up on the card, you can have another you have another image that shows the fresh sunlight beaming through, indication of the result of cleaning up and looking after yourself. Some image really pops at you, like the card number 19, polite declaration of the crab. Crabs are beings who can move in various directions, not just backwards and forwards, but left and right. So part of the message is movement in different direction is better than no movement, but also asking you to communicate both your positive and negative sides in a respectful manner. Shared inspiration, beautiful purple color displaying family of dolphins, mother in the middle with the young around. The card emphasizes the importance of those whom you cherish, people who inspired you, encouraged you, or prepared you to go out there and fulfill your heart's desires and dreams. Beautiful. Again, the image just comes alive in each of these cards. The colors are very, very beautiful. Card 21, enjoy the journey. So many fishes, a lot of activity and movement going on. Be in the present and enjoy what is around you. There is blessing to be seen. The coral here represent many opportunities of upcoming changes in due course. Next card, take note. Pair of monk seal, looks agile with slick movement. With different color of the ocean, symbolism of deep focus. You've got lots of fishes around them. You can imagine the noise. So the message is to listen to your inner voice for guidance. Remain still, pay attention. You will find a way out of the situation. Gorgeous next card. You have the deep of the ocean, and I love how it lightens up when you go up. You can tell there's ice covering. You really do feel the essence of each card, and I love that. Clearly, it's at the Arctic Ocean. Distinctive potential is all about anything is possible. Have faith. The discovery of these unique whale mammals is an example of that. Love where you are. The creature is clams, I believe. The lesson is to appreciate where you are. The creature is very resourceful and have all it needs to survive, but also to be ready to move when the time is right. So the same message is being relayed to you. Break through to new dimensions. Humpback whales, gorgeous. One looks fully white under the surface. Regarded as a sign of luck and blessing, it brings hopes, impactful power. The whale bursting out of the waters, the symbolism of that breakthrough. All that you've been waiting for so long, to have faith, to believe in your dreams, because it's about to come to fruition. Blue dragon, a sea slug by that name. So you get to learn a lot about these types of species also. The legend, its strength, purpose, and so much more, the various different qualities. You get quite a lot from this deck. The cards just continues to draw you in its world, its story, the inhabitants, the various different species, the direction, the energies of each creature that they express, and the various different movement or the lack of movement, the flexibility and the community of the ocean, the world of the ocean. It's absolutely fantastic. And the colors of different sort of like the environments that each inhabitants live in, and what type of energies they present. It's absolutely gorgeous, very, very nice, and how that translate to a form of wisdom and knowledge, of empowering you, of providing you guidance, healing, which relaying that energy back. And each of the various different colors strongly, you've got here, you could see it's full of prosperity, the colors, the what's happening all around. You could see here, like there's that purple one. It's very strong colors, very deep emotions being put on display. Mutually beneficial venture. There is an extraordinary connection at the forefront of your life at the moment. Utilize the relationship to benefit everyone concerned. And that is what is on display. The inhabitants here is demonstrating that, and the message is being relayed back to you. Here you've got total submersion of the whale diving deep in, and the card is pretty much asking you to use that as an example. Dive into whatever project or whatever you're going to do 110% in. Get in there. Don't be afraid. Let your personality shine, which is beautifully put on display by the jellyfish. Not afraid to be who you are, yourself, authenticity, be you 100%. There's something special about everyone uniquely, and that's what that card is trying to remind you. Gift of neutrality is pretty much asking you to look at ways to um, bring yourself into balance, that balance of yin and yang. To be, again, it's regarding being true to yourself, or looking at the way one presents himself or approach various different things. Help appears in various ways, reminding you that, sometimes we tend to get carried away and we forget that we have a support unit there for us, around us. So that card is just a reminder to, remember to stop and look around you. There is help if you need it. Blend into the environment. Again, octopus, very skillful, tactful, and it's a representation of the qualities that you possess as well within you. It's about modifying yourself in your environment. Know when to act, take a time out, know when to slip in and out of tight situation like the octopus. Look beyond the surface. The whale spends a lot of its time deep in the ocean. Sometimes we are too deep into things and we miss out on the little things. So pay attention and look at things properly around you. The little things that gives you contentment. Shedding the old. Coming out of the shell is the life of the lobster. Sooner or later, they come to a point to shed. And the same happens to us human beings. Change will always happen. It's one certain thing we all can agree to and know for certain. So the card is letting you know that change is about to come. Back on task. Gorgeous deep color. Very spiritual. The squid. Wisdom is knowing how to be adaptable in situation, and the value of concealment, knowing when the right time to act. The image of itself, of it concealing itself in the dark. It can see you, but you can't see it. So it's assessing its environment. So the message is for you to apply that and get yourself back on track. The last image looks so real, visually amazing. The flame angelfish. Energy that you need to awaken in you. So basically, it's about finding what drives you. Look for the things that will ignite that passion back into your life. So here we have the last sets of deck, number 41, convey your meaning. So we've got the eel. Eel can come across as dangerous, but in reality, it's a shy creature, which is why it spends most of its time in concealment. When it does come out to express itself, however, it's misinterpreted, and is what's probably on display at the moment with you. So you've been asked to kind of like communicate well. Gentle moderation. The creature masters here of relaxation. It's what you need. It's what you've been advised in that card to allow yourself to relax, take a rest. Things happen. Allow things to happen. Allow things to, unfold. Sit back, relax. Setting up parameters. The triggerfish, very protective and very territorial of its environment. It will fight whatever, no matter the size, to protect it. The card here is telling you to not allow anyone to sway you from your core values or to reinstate some boundaries in your life. Unexplained wonder. Unicorn fish. I honestly had no idea such fish existed, but hey, now I do. The card speaks of how your clear intention fuels and creates magic, basically using hidden powers of the universe to bring about your desired outcome. Power of manifestation, of prayer. Here you've got the flying fishes jumping up in the air. This is the card where it's telling you, you're having a breakthrough. You're on the right path. You're on the right course. Facing your fears. Lionfish are powerful and can be scary when they put on a display of their power and access their predatory side. And you have the same power inside you. Stand your ground and stick to your beliefs. That's what the card is advising you. So be confident and calm, but also kind of release any self-doubt or fear you may have. Connect to source, basically telling you there is time, that it is time to go in yourself for answers. So basically tap into those deep emotions that will bring about deep meaning or purpose to your journey, to your life. Wow, look at this image, beautiful. The lighting effect is amazing. The orcas, they have a special sort of like social structure on display in this card, a strong unit. Basically, that is what the card is asking you to find, a strong support group or a system for yourself, or surround yourself with that. Be insightful and establish, ground and rebalance your energy, bring your awareness into the now. Basically, you've got a tube worm creature that is hiding in the coral. The creature is showing the benefit of connecting to earth and being still, basically being grounded. Our last card, childlike devotion. You are a multi-talented, complex being. Embrace and love who you are. Can't get any simpler than that. So that was our cards, guys. So now we take a look at the book. So beginning of the book page, you get this 7-page introduction, which pretty much explains a bit about the cards and how the author came about to bringing it together. The cards are not in alphabetical order, so it's just based on the theme, but you know, it's easy to find each meaning of the cards. It's there, it's broken out, and at the end of the book you get a bit about the author and the artists themselves. Like I said, the book is unfortunately black and white, but it's okay. So you get your introduction of how life, you know, started on Earth, and the significance of the oceans. You get card layouts. You have the 5-pointed star spread. For these cards specifically, it pretty much explains it well, for you to work with it and understand how it works. So again, quite fairly straightforward and simple. You do get another card spread, the answer spread made out of a 6 card. Again, explanatory. It's laid out simple for you, quite easy to work with. Again, you can use your own spread. You don't necessarily have to go by that. And then you come to the card meanings. Empty blank page there. But when you come to the card meanings, again, pictures in black and white, quite fairly small. What's on display on your card will be here on display, again, just in black and white. You got the number of the card, the wording of the card, the affirmations or the summary that you got on the card will be here on display. And then you kind of get a page and a half worth of meaning. So it breaks out the general meaning of the card, the message, and near the end it talks about the qualities of that fish species, mammal, or whatever it may be. So it kind of gives you a hint of its history, its lore, legend, special properties, and it's pretty much exactly the same throughout. Picture of the image, number, keywords, the mantra, general meaning, and a bit about its history and its special uniqueness. At the very back of the book, you'll get a page each about the author and also about the artist as well. So that's pretty much what you will have in the book. You get the contact details there if you want to reach out. So that was it, guys. So that was the Whispers of the Ocean Oracle cards. Gorgeous, gorgeous palette work, very different from all of the other animal decks that I have that is more earth based. So it's nice to have a card that connects you to the deep oceans, and you know, this one I highly recommend. It's a wonderful card, been using it for a couple of months. Hope you've enjoyed. Love and light.